We showed you the hand doing the job, but you get to see the face of this oh so gorgeous lady who goes by the name of Velly, aka Velma. And I love how quickly she's moving. Like, this is a whole painting that we all saw her starting off like from the corner, and now it's almost completed. And a bunch of other beautiful pictures that have been painted by her as well. This one on my side, which is a very beautiful African lady pulling the whole beadwork. What's on your side?
It's an African child, but you know, as long as it's black, it's beautiful. It's art, you know. It's just beautiful. And then I think there are real beads that have been embedded into the portrait.
Oh yeah, that looks really nice.
Artsy, you know? It's not just a picture.
Yeah.
There's just more elements into it. It's alive.
I am obsessed with this one. It's abstract art. And you can see she's literally physically now drawing a picture of, I think this is a flamingo. It's about to be a flamingo. A flamingo in the sunset, and the sunset is just so beautiful. We are talking about none other than the also beautiful yes. Welcome to the show. I feel like I've given a bit of the synopsis of what I've seen so far. But tell us, how are you? How old are you? Hey, where are you from? What school did you go to? Like, give us the tea. How did you get here?
Okay, I'll start by saying my name is Zelma Andisi, and I'm originally straight out of Eregi, Kakamega.
Hey, okay.
Love that.
Yes. I won't say my age though.
Okay, no.
But I'm a 90s baby.
Exactly.
Yes, power to the 90s babies.
And my inspiration, I take it like from everything around me.
Okay, but what is actually causing you to want to draw a flamingo today? Did you see the beautiful sunset? Ama kulienda aje?
Leo kwanza. Like, I love, like, do you see the warm colors behind me?
Yeah. That's your vibe?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's really cozy and all that.
Okay.
So in a typical African household, art is considered unconventional because if your child is going to school, they want to be a doctor, they should be an engineer. You said they're from Kakamega, so it should be a strong career. Are you a lawyer? Are you a this? So now, how did you get into art and what was the reception of you pursuing art by your family?
Actually, I haven't really pursued art. I haven't gone to like an art school to do all this.
This is all self-taught?
This is all self-taught.
Hey.
This is all talent. Yeah, it's all inborn.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. Like,
and how did it start? How did you start doing that?
As a baby, I used to love just doing sketches and all that. I went to high school. I just like used to make cards for my friends.
Yeah.
It wasn't that serious for me. But now, when it came to now getting to campus,
Yes.
wow, like I had to find a way to survive back in campus. So that's when I just thought that, you know what, I love sketching, I love drawing, so let me just start that. Let me just try it and see where it'll take me. And my first lecturer who I drew really appreciated what I did, and from there I was like, wow, so I can do this. And that's how I started.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Oftentimes people tell us, we've had the other artist who was here, I forget his name, he was a musician but also did art. And he said something very interesting. In the world of art, value is really in the eye of the beholder. And you can go from an art piece like this can go for from 5 shillings to 5 million shillings. So I'm just curious to find out, painting yenye uliuza yenye ilikufanya ukasmile from ear to ear, tupatie ballpark figure. Was it 3 zeros, 4 zeros, 5 zeros? What was that figure looking like?
Ya kwanza, I'd say sijafika pale bado. I'd just say 5 figures, but it was good money.
Wow. 5 figures.
5 figures.
In
this economy.
Lakini sasa yani uko nyuma. So I've not yet had the breakthrough, but I'm looking at like expanding what I do because for me I use different medias. Like you can see the paints, I use beads, like mixed media and everything. I do collages, pencil work and everything. So I even do portraits, like people's portraits on commission sometimes, and sometimes I just do it for fun. Yeah, so, yeah.
So what is your process? How do you start, you know, I want to do a sketch or a portrait of this. What is the journey, and could you walk us through it?
Okay, like for a portrait, you could, for me, like people, different artists have different styles in what they do. So for me, I get a picture of that person, like maybe through WhatsApp and all that. I just look at it and then I transform it to, you know, from the real thing now to maybe 3D on paper.
Wow. I love that. I enjoy the fact that you've mentioned that you've done a lot of sketching.
Yes.
And when it comes to the final product, have you ever sat down with your final product and gone like, wow, okay, hey, Appa, I have burnt the photo, literally.
Wala izote. Like,
You're your greatest critic.
yes, that's true.
Yeah.
I am. Like even doing like all these pieces, you see, I critique myself and I'm like, that nose, it's landed somewhere. That flamingo that you're drawing right now, you should have done better. So I feel like, I've not done my best. Yeah. So.
And given how you're your greatest critic, what would you say is your favorite art piece to date?
My favorite art piece, I'd say the one that.
The elephant.
The elephant. Yes,
Yeah.
it is
That
majestic.
elephant is beautiful.
That's the most recent. I did it in like a month ago.
What?
Awesome.
This is a month?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, that is such a like the grass. Y'all saw the picture before. The grass is so realistic. The colors are so bold and beautiful.
Yeah.
And have you ever now taken it to the point where you've given it to the client? Hapo tu umesema umejicriticize. As a client, you got to them, you gave them the work, and they're like, ugh, no.
It has never gotten to that point.
It's never gotten there?
Yeah,
exactly.
I'm even surprised
raving
about,
reviews.
Like, I'm so surprised about that. Like, I keep on like criticizing myself. Like, okay, you didn't do this right. But when I take it to the say my client, they're like, wow. So you see the wow effect. That's what pushes me to keep going.
Exactly.
That's awesome.
And I'm thinking for you to actually even do this piece, there's a lot of concentration that is involved. How does that work out? Because you get distracted by a lot of things happening around you. There's music, there's msengenyo over there.
There's us asking you questions
like right now. Yes, sure.
So how are you able to like tune in and be one with the art? Wow. I've done this before.
I love that.
I'd say, you know, women.
We can multitask.
Of course.
Damn! Okay, to be entirely honest, I cannot multitask. So I am priding myself through you. As women on Women's Day, Women's Day week, do you call it Women's Week?
Yeah.
I love to hear that you have that level of, can you break apart you're a mom, so I think it comes easy to you. But can you concentrate that heavily?
Not really. I think I'd be distracted by a lot of things. But the question I really want to know is how do you know what colors to mix with what? Because sometimes you have something in your head. You have the image in your head. You have the product in your head. But as you're doing it, as you figure out, you find out red clashes with what. Sometimes you mix red with another paint and it becomes a whole new color. And now you're like, wow, is it magic? Or did I discover something? So do you actually need to learn how colors work, and if you mix these colors, they're going to turn into something else?
You know, that's the beauty about art. Like in art, you don't have, like, everything doesn't have to be right. You can make a mistake, but someone would not see that mistake. It's only you who could see that mistake.
Be part of the art.
Yes, that could even be part of the art. So in terms of, like, you know, mixing colors and all that, I just play around with the colors and, you know,
hope and pray that it turns out into something.
Yeah, that's true.
Another interesting question would be, we all have mentors. We all have people we look up to.
Yes, sure.
And I know a lot of people go the big names like, you know, Da Vinci. No, Da Vinci an artist? Picasso, all of these other great people. Who is your inspiration? Who's that person that you look up to? Or who are the people?
Yes.
They could be multiple.
I look up to several artists. I could say the first one would be Patrick Mukabi. He's a renowned artist in Kenya.
Yeah.
I love his work, and I also like this guy called Kimani. There's an artist known as Kimani. He's based at Corner Art Center. He is also
really good.
amazing. Like I look up to
Wait,
him.
Kona is the one right here?
Yes,
in
Dennis
Lavington.
Put.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, I was there as an intern in his workshop, and he pulled me to where I am right now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yes.
That's awesome.
And we've actually talked about how the perception of art is in the eye of the beholder.
Of course, yes.
But sometimes do you think that you artists take advantage of that liberty?
Yes.
Where somebody will, we've seen this before.
Yes.
You'll go to a huge museum and it's a portrait of a dot.
Imagine.
And then the artist will stand in front of you and
Yes.
say, it is a depiction of the misery of the people in the Holocaust. And you're like, what? Why don't I see this vision you're visioning?
Yeah.
Do you think it's like a gimmick or an art or something of the trade just to give a backstory to your painting for it to sell?
No, I don't. No.
Yeah.
I feel like
It's genuine.
it's genuine.
Wow.
And at the same time, art speaks for itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you
So
all see that, and sometimes maybe I've walked into this art gallery on Mutangari Road, at that nice restaurant over there, the gallery, the black gallery place, and it's the black in French. The restaurant just on Mutangari Drive, and you walk in and there's so many beautiful pieces, and sometimes you're just looking at it like, Aki, for real, the art is not. What do you mean? The art speaks for itself. Mbona inyongeleshi? Why can't I hear this voice? What do you mean that art speaks for itself?
art speaks in terms of the colors maybe the person has used.
The interpretation will be different for different people.
Yeah, it would be so different for you